You are 12 years old and you are kneeling on the cold stone floor. You have just been sold. You are learning to smile while the pain shoots through every bone in your feet. You are on the volcanic Tenochtitlan stone floor of a wealthy noble's courtyard in the heart of Tenochtitlan. The smell of purple resin fills your lungs, mixing with the thick metallic scent of dried blood blowing in with the wind from the great temple. The rough, scratchy fibers of your undyed maguey skirt chafe against your knees. You are a Tlachtli, an indentured servant. Your father, a poor farmer whose crops failed during a brutal drought, sold you to this elite merchant full of cacao beans and woven cloaks to pay off a debting tribute. Older women of the household hover over you, whispering the Huewet Latoli, ancient and rigid words of the elders, drilling into your young mind that a woman's dure to weave and to serve without complaint. If you drop the heavy basalt grinding stone, the matat, or if you scorch the tortillas on the clay griddle, the punishment is not a simple scolding. The noblewoman of the house will drag you out into the light a fire of dried chili peppers, your face directly over the toxic burning smoke until your eyes swell shut, cough up blood. You must navigate this brutal hierarchy by becoming completely invisible, grinding corn until your shoulder joints pop and your hands are calloused like old wood, constantly terrified that the master of the house might decide to use you to satisfy his physical urges, a legal right he implicitly holds over your unfree body. You bow your head, keep grinding, because surviving today is absolute see tomorrow. You are 15 years old and the suffocating humidity of the island city makes your fine cotton blouse stick comfortably to your sweating back. You are standing in the middle of the breathtaking Tlatelolco market, the largest and most sophisticated commercial hub in the known world. The air is an overwhelming collision of smells: fresh lake fish, ripe avocados, crushed vanilla beans, and the distinct musky odor of tens of thousands of sweating human bodies pressed together, bargaining and trading. You have finally worked off your family's debt through years of grueling labor and are a free commoner again, but your freedom is immediately handed over to a new master. The local matchmakers have arranged your marriage to a young warrior from your... You are bathed, dusted with yellow earth powder, adorned with bright red feathers on your arms and legs, carried on the back of an elder woman to his house, where your tunics are tied together in front of the blazing hearth fire to seal the union. Congratulations, you just moved up a step in hell. Your new life is a rigid cave of overwhelming expectations and backbreaking labor. You must wake up long before the sun rises, sweeping the house and the street to banish evil spirits, and manage every single aspect of the household economy while your husband trains for war. The social laws governing your body and behavior are terrifyingly strict. If you are caught drinking pulque, the fermented agave wine reserved strictly for the elderly, you commit adultery, you and your lover will be dragged to the public square and have your heads crushed with heavy stones. But here is the historical detail that completely shatters everything modern people assume about indigenous women of the past. Under Aztec law, you retain complete, unshaken control over your own economic assets. The intricate cotton cloth you weave under the dim light of oil lamps are your exclusive property. When you sell them in the bustling market for handfuls of precious cacao beans, that money belongs to you, not your husband. You can buy land, you can hire your own workers, and you can build independent wealth right under the nose of a male-dominated empire. You are a shrewd financial operator cloaked in the disguise of a submissive housewife. You are 18 years old, and the sharp, coppery taste of your own blood fills your mouth as you bite down a piece of leather. You are in agonizing labor. The suffocation of the sweat bath, the temazcal, wraps around you like a wet blanket, smelling heavily of medicinal herbs, and the midwife, a fierce older woman with hands stained decades of deliveries, is not offering you gentle word or soft words. She is shouting ancient war cries, screaming at you to fight, to push, to conquer the entity inside you. In Aztec society, childbirth is literally classified as a battlefield. You are considered a warrior engaging in the most sacred and dangerous combat known to your people, fighting to capture a new life from the spiritual realm and drag it into the physical world. But the battle is quickly against you. The baby is stuck tightly in the birth canal, and you're energy away with a massive hemorrhage soaking the woven reed mats, but the midwife wipes the sweat from your head and presents you with first invoice. She can use a razor-sharp obsidian knife to dismember child inside your, pulling it out piece by piece in your life. Use the blade, your heart stops. Sacrifice. In childbirth, you will not be tragic, elevated. Siwatata, a divine, flesh-eating goddess, married to a warrior and captives on the battlefield, destined to escort the sun across the sky. Family would worship, and young warriors try to steal your severed corpse. Full talismans, your victory in combat. Feel the fading heartbeat of the child inside. Live, sir. You're exhausted. Choose the blade. You nod to the midwife. The physical, emotional trauma of the rips your soul apart. The flashes of agony, but you survive. You survive with a hollow wound, silent house, the invisible scars of a battle that never sing epic songs about, returning to the heavy grindstone the very next week because the relentless scenery of the empire does not pause for grieving mothers. You are 22 years old, and the thick black mud of the Chinampas, the artificial floating agricultural gardens of the lake, squelches your bare toes. The air smells of rich, rotting vegetation, sweet marigold flowers, and damp ash. You are harvesting heavy green squashes. You're back intensely under the midday sun. Your marriage has steadily devolved into a waking nightmare. Your husband, traumatized and reckless after returning disastrous military campaign against the Tlaxcalans, has taken a second wife and spends every single cacao bean you earn on Patoli, a high-stakes gambling board game where players routinely bet their land, their cloaks, and even themselves into slavery. He is drinking heavily despite the laws, and last night he struck you across the face so hard you're blurred, leaving a dark purple bruise across your cheekbone. Here, the rigid system forces you into your second possible. You can lower your head, accept and let your children slowly starve as he gambles away your property, maintaining the sacred social harmony submission that the heists. Or you can walk straight into the local neighborhood court, the Tekali, stand before the elder judges, and demand a legal divorce. This is not a modern tale of empowerment. If you fail to prove his extreme negligence, the male judges will publicly name you as a rebellious, hysterical woman, strip you of your precious weaving tool, and cast you out of the neighborhood, leaving you to survive as a destitute beggar or a prostitute on the dangerous causeways connecting the island city to the mainland. But if you win, the law dictates that you recover your dowry, your property, and full custody of your children. You look at the bruised reflection of your face in the dark. Still lake water, you pack your fine woven cloaks, gather your hidden reserves of cacao beans, and march straight to the judges. You speak with a steady, breakable voice, presenting neighborhood witnesses to his gambling and pointing directly to bruised flesh. You win. The court officially grants you the divorce, earning your assets and banishing him from your house. Sounds great, right? Not at all. Because a divorced independent without a male guard, a hyper-militarized system, immediately becomes a massive target. You are now solely responsible for tribute on your own, forcing you to work twice as hard through the night until your eyesight blurs and your fingers blatantly warding off predatory men who view an unattached woman with property as easy prey. You are 30 years old, and the deafening roar of Spannons shatters the sky above of thick black smoke and the horrific smell of sulfur and flesh and flowers. A strange, terrifying with red pustule is sweet and invisible, killing your friends and family in a matter of. You survived the brutal, stinging discipline of the elders. You survived the lethal battlefield of the sweat bath. You fought the biased legal system and won your financial independence, but absolutely nothing for the apocalyptic collapse of your civilization. You gather your remaining children, clutching a single obsidian knife, watching helplessly as armored strangers on monstrous beasts tear down the sacred temples of your gods. Your life as an Aztec woman was a testament to unimaginable endurance, navigating a society built on cosmic debt, blood, and merciless duty, forging your own economic power in the shadows of a patriarchal empire, only to watch it all burn to the ground in a matter of months. You fought your terrifying wars on the woven reed mats, in the bustling markets, in the agonizing heat of the birthhouse. But what if you were born a place where women literally wooden shields and iron axes, swords, fleets of longship, brutal combat? Click on the next video to step directly into blood-soaked boots of a Viking and discover how Norse women wielded a kind of terrifying social and martial power that made the rest of medieval Europe tremble in